Hi, happy Friday. Hope everybody's alright. I've got a bit of a sore throat and I sound a little bit like a man. And I can't breathe that well, but I need to just do a video, just get back on the goddamn horse. So I've clearly been hiding and not wanting to do a video. And August in particular was like the dark month of the soul for me. Where many trials and tests were passed and failed, and growth was happening or stunted, and yeah, just a pretty dark time for me, actually. It definitely correlated with me consuming too much of the information of the outside world and the horrors across the plane of what's going on right now. And yeah, I think it just became too much for me, assimilated into my soul. And yeah, anyway, so I've got loads of notes, and now I'm sat here, I'm like, I'm gonna have more time and unpack these in a better way. I just wanted to show my face and say hi. But one thing that's been bothering me recently, which I may as well just get off my chest while I'm here, is just the perception of so-called intellectuals. I know I've moaned about this many a time over the years, but I'm just seeing it more and more and more over this last year and a half, obviously. But these so-called intellectuals that are driving the narrative of what's going on now, and again, I'm just so shocked. I'm so shocked by the inhumanity of some people, the vitriol, the anger, the persecution, the directed energy, and all of it. I don't even know where to start. Where do we start? Where the fuck do we start? But isn't it interesting how, while we're all here, these nasty anti-vaxxers, by the way, the anti-vax word, that's been obvious to me from the start, that it's another trigger word like conspiracy theorist or flat earth's an even better example, where just those two words discredit people straight away, and they're put there to discredit, to divide and conquer. But I was just, relate and say, the scary COVID virus, let's pretend that's it, to the ball earth, the globe earth, and how if you question that, be it ball earth or vaccine or the virus itself, you're anti-vax. You question that, you're a flat earther, it means you're mental, you're psycho, blah, blah, blah. Same as anti-vax. But it's strange to me how people have still not cottoned onto it. It's like pro-life, anti-vax. It's not anti-vax, it's pro-life. It's questioning vax, questioning. Like, flat earth is questioning the current model. And obviously, we're not allowed to do anything these days. Mark's had his channel taken down. This is what I mean. Just these intellectuals can cast out however much nastiness they like. And us on the other end of the spectrum, we have to tiptoe around these blind fucking sheep, not to hurt them, to try and get them to see things in a humane way. In so many different ways, we have to try and go around it. And I'm fucking sick of it. All it shows is their own fear of death. And that's happening time and time again. I'm just seeing this. It's like, intelligence is not just intellect. There is a myriad of other intelligences within the human perception that we've obviously forgot about and continue to forget about, probably the more and more we assimilate with the technology and the AI. And, that was my tummy rumbling. Yeah, I'm just fucking sick of it. I've listened to too many people who are self-professed intellectuals who are anything but intelligent, and they have such strong, nasty views, and I think it's just got to me. It's just fucking got to me. It's all interwoven with nihilism and lack of faith, and where faith is missing, fear is present. And obviously, when you're in fear and trauma, you're a twat, aren't you? In a variety of ways. And so we're all having to deal with twats while we hone our own centres and aim for divine grace whilst dealing with these people. And I've had a few years practice, I'm sure a lot of you have before 2020, being called a conspiracy theorist or a flat earth nutter or, you know, whatever, when really all you're doing is questioning a current narrative. I'm excited for the years to come and the information to be out and the good times to roll, but we are in the heap of fucking shit. And sometimes, because people comment on my older videos from last year, and my opinions haven't changed much, but what has changed is that, especially in other parts of the world, these horrendous things are happening, and sometimes I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. I find police brutality and anything to do with threatening kids just too much. And so, you know, here next week in England, I think it's from Monday, they're planning to roll out the vaccine for kids. And I've been thinking for months now, it's like, unfortunately, and as grim as this sounds, I knew it would get to this point where children are going to have to be seriously injured and die for these monstrous, inhumane people to see what's going on. And children have already died across the world already because of these. You know, the heart inflammation, the blood clots, myocarditis, the fucking variety of shit that's going wrong. Oh, and I'm just feeling choked up by it all. I'm not sure if I've said, I had to go to hospital on Monday. I had a little asthma attack, so I'm stopping smoking, so I'm a bit chesty and coughy, but apologies. And then I've been reading this book, The Invisible Rainbow, which is about electricity, basically, and when it was discovered, the effects on humans, both harmful and helpful, how we're all different in terms of conduit of electricity. Some of us are electrosensitive, some of us are the opposite, and therefore electricity, or electromagnetic frequencies can do harm for some and have healing properties for others. And just how this has coincided over the years with, the increase in radio communications, and now 2G, 3G, 4G, now we're on fucking 5G, and yeah, and just the terrain of which we are swimming in. This book's called The Invisible Rainbow, and it's a fat one, and I like to read from start to finish before I start casting aspersions or acting like I know anything. But it's already opened up a few doors for me, and I don't know, it's connecting a few intuitions around the sun cycles and, the solar maximums and minimums, and the whole 22 or 11 year cycle of the sun flipping its magnetic polarities, and where we are currently on this scale, and observations and intuitions myself as well over the years, pre-COVID bullshit, just about where we might be in terms of a cosmic cycle, and what that can do and what symptoms that can bring. And yeah, I'm just finding it really interesting. While all this is going on, I'm having to wrap myself in the notion to keep my fucking sanity, because obviously this is a mass psychosis, and I feel like a lot of these psyops are to send people mad. They're to get people crazy, basically, so they can be discredited or shunted off to psych wards where you'll be mandated the fucking vaccine at some point. But yeah. So, you know how... Yeah. So, since my awakening, I've just always felt like you can see anything in anything. And it's interesting because I was listening to Carey Mullis, you know, the inventor of the PCR test, talking about how it shouldn't be used for a diagnostic tool because it encapsulates the Buddhist notion that you can find everything in anything. And I've always held that as some kind of truth before I heard Carey Mullis talk about this or even knew it was a Buddhist notion. When I first started awakening and seeing symbols and numbers and getting a bit tripped out, you know, basically getting myself a little bit paranoid. And then I realised that once you prime yourself with a number or an image, a symbol, once it means something to you, you will forevermore see it. I see the same numbers all the time. They do swap, and I do, you know, take some guidance from them and warmth and trust. You know, I'm not paranoid, but what I have noticed is that there is a hell of a lot of paranoia going on now about everything, and I'm just really finding that I myself, as I'm coming across more and more information, I'm having to use that other perception to find a balance and keep my shit together, to stay neutral and jump up and out of this bullshit that's going on. Why did I need to say that? I don't know. No, I might do another video later. Ooh, 222. Fuck it, I'm just going to post this just to say hi. That was a waste of 12 minutes, but I'm glad I'm just going to get rid of this and fucking get back on with my life. Help me. Help me. I've been in such shits. Like, get me back on the fucking horse. Let me express. Jesus Christ, I have kept my mouth shut for too long. Oh, I need to talk. Now's not the time. It never fucking is it? Fearless. 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 Don't care what you look like. I'm talking to myself. Don't care what you look like. Don't fucking censor yourself. Don't do it. You've done it already. You twat. That sounded like the ramblings of a crazy woman. I had to go to court yesterday. And there was a guy sat next to me outside court, number 3, who was mumbling shit under his mask. And at first I thought he was talking to me. I kept hearing like bitch and witch and shit like that. So I looked up and laughed, and he said, not you, not you. But he kept coughing after he'd said it, so I think it was Tourette's. Anyway, he was chuntering and I had me in fucking stitches what he was saying. He, like, really clearly kept shouting out, typical cunt. And I thought to myself, what a incredible form of freedom in some ways. You know, I'm sure people with Tourette's have their lives really rocked upside down by not being able to switch that thing off, you know, that lets the thoughts come out. But I had such a chuckle to myself while I was waiting to go into court about this driving offence, which I ended up having to plead guilty to, and it was so fucking, you know, all this... Anyway, fucking hell. Just go. I'm just gonna go. I've got too much to say and too little time. It's like Gene Wilder, innit? In Willy Wonka. Yeah, maybe I'll do one later. Fuck it. Happy Friday. Sorry for that. It's clearly me to me. Get back on the horse. Bye.